Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone, so do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Libra, let's jump on in. We're going to start, as always, looking at the overall energy for you through oracle cards, and then we'll dive deeper into the story with tarot as we progress. So let's start by looking at Libra's overall energy for their recent past. What has Libra been dealing with? Okay, balance spirituality and practicality, and then your dreams need a practical plan. Seeing the word, I'm pretty sure these are the only two cards in this deck that use that word, practical. So it feels like you have some sort of a dream, a goal, if you will. And I feel like there's this dream / goal that has felt maybe a little bit out of reach, or maybe you've had a tendency to write it off as not practical or something that you feel isn't actually, like, that you're not capable of actually reaching or achieving. But it feels like this is the universe, because then you have show the world the real you. So to me, whatever this is talking about is very aligned with like your authenticity, like your authentic path, your unique purpose in some way. But it feels like maybe for a while you've held yourself back from taking certain steps toward it because, I mean, there's many reasons, right? Sometimes it's just we're busy with life, you know, sometimes other things start to get in the way, other things start to take precedent. But the worst thing that can happen is we start to put our dreams on the back burner, where we basically tell ourselves that, you know, maybe one day, or that maybe one day turns into, oh, maybe it's just not meant for me. And I feel like this has happened for you for a while here, Libra, but now I feel like you're starting to take steps toward it in some way, or you're being pushed toward it by the universe in some way. Current energy for Libra. It's like taking a dream and starting to take the small practical steps toward it. Current energy here for Libra. Be bold and make the first move. You have communication is key too, with expect powerful change. So it feels like it's time. It's time for you to step up and to go after something. To really, you know, put in the effort towards something in a way. And maybe you have been. And maybe it's time to really double down on that. But you have be bold and make the first move. And then you have communication is key. So this is another card of like authenticity, you know, standing in your truth, standing in your power, knowing your worth, knowing what you're capable of, like essentially not letting doubt, fear, and insecurity hold you back from something. But it feels like whatever this is talking about, it's something that just feels so out of reach, but it's not at all, actually. I feel like it's actually very much aligned with you and with what's really meant for you, but it is going to require you to really go after it. It's like maybe I'm speaking to someone who's been looking for, it's like permission or for like confirmation that they're on the right path or that something is the right path for them. And I feel like this absolutely is like a yes, you're on the right track, you're on the right path, like go after the things that you want here. But what does Libra need to know moving forward? I don't feel like those are supposed to come out. It was emotions are running high with surrender to the divine. But I don't know. If they're supposed to come out, they absolutely will again. But okay, Yeah, see, this feels way more aligned. Have faith in your dreams. A fiery climax approaches. So to me, this really is, and I try to use the word manifesting lightly because I think that it's such a buzzword these days, but it really is like manifesting desires into like the 5D, like taking dreams and turning them into reality. And I feel like that's a lot of what this is about. And it's interesting because it feels like something you've maybe held yourself back from for a while, maybe out of self-doubt, maybe out of questioning your capability, or, again, sometimes we can say, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the ability. It's like, but you do. If the universe put a dream in your heart, it has every intention of helping you make it happen. So, I don't know. Let's see. Overall theme of this reading here for Libra. This is my intuitive life coaching oracle deck, which I obviously like because I am an intuitive life coach myself. But let's see. This isn't actually my deck, but I didn't make this deck, but I really, really resonate with it. What does Libra need to know in order to move forward in alignment with their higher self? Old habits. An old habit may be keeping you from moving forward. Old habits die hard, right? Or if you're a Taylor Swift fan, old habits die screaming. I feel like, let me get a little bit more here, because I don't know if this is like self-sabotage. Positive life changes. Positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust the process. So, and then spiritual gifts. You are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. So I feel like there's something that you've been like called to do in a way, but you have this habit of holding yourself back from it or not prioritizing it in some way. And I feel like this is about allowing yourself to go after something in a way. I don't know. I feel like we're going to get more. This old habits card, though. I don't know. Okay, let's see. All right, Libra. Recent past, current energy, immediate future. Let's start by looking at the energy in your recent past. What has Libra been dealing with? Five of Wands. So it's like contemplation, but to the point of resistance. Hang on. Three of Pentacles. Ten of Cups in reverse. Eight of Swords. The Temperance. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So you feel in some way like I feel like there's something that has been on your mind, in your energy field for a really long time. An idea or like an idea or an action or a path. And whatever this is, it feels really exciting. It's exciting and it's very aligned with you and what it is that you're meant to do, what you're here to do. But you expect it to fail. Or there's not necessarily fail, I don't know if that's the right word, but there's these expectations of like things not working out, or almost like looking at it, because this Eight of Swords is all about limiting beliefs, and then Ten of Cups in reverse, all about expectations. It's like your expectations are aligned with your limiting beliefs. Like, it's like you think of it and it's like, oh, there's no way I could do that, or that would take too much time, or I don't have the energy to go back to school, or, you know, if I go after that, like, how am I going to pay the bills? Like, whatever, you know, like logical thoughts, but still at the very same, almost like there's this expectation that there won't be solutions. It's like this expectation that it would be too hard, or that it would be would take too much, or that like you're not knowledgeable enough or capable enough, or whatever the case is. And so I want to be honest with you here, Libra. I feel like for a while you've opted kind of selling yourself short a little bit. But I feel like at the same time, to you, it felt like a practical thing. It doesn't feel like you were intentionally holding yourself back or intentionally selling yourself short. It just feels like it didn't make sense to you, or maybe you were waiting for the right time, or maybe you were writing it off altogether. Either way, I feel like the universe kind of has another thing, another plan. Because again, it feels like whatever this is talking about is very much like in alignment with your purpose and what you're here to bring. So it's important. It's important. Not just for you, but for the greater good. So this is the energy you've been dealing with. So now in your current energy, you have be bold and make the first move with expect powerful change. So current energy here for Libra. Okay, hang on. Five of Pentacles, High Priestess, Judgment in reverse, Justice in reverse. Eight of Wands. So there's the old habit. Okay. So you're in this energy of lack. Not having what you feel you need. Not being where you wish you could be. So essentially you're looking around at your life, or at a certain, like at your job or whatever, and you're saying, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I want. But yet at the same time, I feel like you're justifying, which we've all been there, we've all done it, but justifying staying where you're at because I don't know if there's this fear of not believing you can have more, or there's this, again, because there's this expectation that whatever it is that you desire, like, can't come true or can't manifest. And that is showing up in your habits. One of the most powerful books I've ever read is The Power of Habit. Charles Duhigg, I believe is the name, Charles something. And this book was really powerful because it talked a lot about how our life is essentially made up of our habits. And the quality of our habits dictates the quality of our life. And when we don't believe we can have the things that we desire, our habits are going to reflect that, whether it's, self-sabotage or, not prioritizing doing the things that we need to do, or whatever the case might be. And a lot of people kind of, sometimes have this tendency to chalk it up to laziness or to burnout, and all of these things are, understandable. But at the end of the day, a lot of the reasons why we don't have habits that reflect going after the things that we desire is because on some level we don't believe that we can have them. So there's a part of us that's like, what's the point? Why even try? Why even go after this? Why even, prioritize this? Why put time and money toward this if it's not going to matter? But that's your expectation. That fear of failure keeps you from playing the game at all. And I feel like that's the biggest thing holding you back here. It's almost like you are afraid. And I keep feeling like expect to fail, but it's interesting because I don't even know if you're aware of that. But it's almost like there's this underlying, because there's this frustration of not being where you want to be, but yet, and this is where it gets real, Libra, not doing anything about it. And it's not to say that you're not trying, okay? So I don't want to take away from the effort that you are putting in. But it feels like this is kind of the universe's way of asking you to dream bigger. It's like you've been playing it too small. And the reason that you don't have the things that you desire is because of that, because you've been playing it too small. And that's why I feel like if you want powerful change, if you want things to change in wonderful ways, whether it's financially or romantically or whatever the case is, you've got to go for it. You have to put aside the fear, the doubt, the insecurity, and take the steps anyway. But so many people are afraid to do that because they expect failure. Now, a lot of times, this comes from having experienced it, right? You experience failure, you experience heartbreak, you experience things not going your way. You're going to stop believing that it's possible. And you're going to say, well, that's what I should expect. And then that's going to hold you back. And I feel like that's where it's like the habit that you have is expecting things to go wrong or expecting things not to work out. And your like daily habits, your actual like actions reflect that expectation. And I feel like, that makes sense, right? I often talk about how our expectations are the root of our results. I talk about how if you break down the law of attraction, you have your thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality. And what you think about is what you believe, and what you believe is going to be how you act, and how you act is what you create. So if you believe that something isn't possible, that you're not capable, that you're not good enough, that you're not supported by the universe, your actions are going to reflect that. And without even realizing it, you are going to manifest that lack. The justice in reverse is all about, taking accountability for what is within your power and what is within your control. And it's not to say that things haven't been hard. And it's not to say that there hasn't been resistance or things that you've had to fight against. In fact, I feel like a lot of what you've been through has kind of been preparing you in a sense. And now it's time to really take what you've learned and to go after these things that you desire. Don't let these dreams sit on the back burner for much longer. I think that I often talk about this, and we're going to get real deep here for a second, okay? I lost my grandfather a little over a year ago. And during that time, he was very vocal about the fact that he wasn't ready to go, but he was very sick, and it was happening. And one of the things that really hit me was that I realized that at the end of our life, we don't regret the things that we tried and failed. We don't regret the risks that we took. We don't regret, trying. We regret not going for it. We regret not doing the things that we've always wanted to do. We regret holding ourselves back. And that was a really powerful experience for me because I realized that that's the way that I plan to live my life. I will not, when I am on my deathbed, I want to be able to say I did everything I could to create the life of my dreams. I went after every single opportunity. I put myself out there, I took risks, and I stopped at nothing to give to this world as much as I could. And I think that, so much of the time we fear failure. We fear, things not working out. We fear our dreams not becoming reality. And that fear can keep us from even trying. When the regret would never be the failure. The regret would be not trying at all. So I feel like knowing that, right? I feel like this is a time to really figure out what you're wanting in your life and in your experience, and figuring out what you can do to really bring that into your reality, to take tangible, practical steps to creating the changes that you desire. It's not just about having faith in your dreams and crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. It's about going after these things. And it's hard. It's not easy. And there's always reasons, right? Well, maybe when maybe after I have kids, or maybe after the kids are out of the house, or maybe when I get to this place, or maybe when I feel more financially stable, or maybe this, or maybe that. And the thing that I've learned is there is never a right time. You never get to a place in your life where you go, this is the right time. Everything's in alignment and it feels easy and it's not scary at all. That never happens. But if the longer that you wait for that, the more that you will find yourself never going after the things that you are literally born to do. And I don't know why, but I really feel like someone specific is needing to hear this message. What can Libra expect moving forward should they choose to turn these dreams into reality? I knew we were going to see something like that. King of Pentacles, Five of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups. So the King of Pentacles to me is all about like material circumstances. There you are. Ooh, Empress, the Lover. See, these messages are so vague. And that often is the case. Because if we want to go after the life of our dreams, everything that we desire exists within the unknown. And we wait for certainty before we take the step, before we go after the things that we desire. And that certainty, that need for certainty is the biggest thing that holds us back in the first place. Because embracing the unknown with faith and with confidence is like the key. It's the key to creating the life of your dreams. Whatever form, that looks like for you. And the universe, like I even found this when I was going through my journey to building my business and manifesting my husband. I would often ask for signs from the universe. I'd ask for messages through tarot. I'd ask for other signs. Am I on the right track? Am I on the right track? And the universe would never outright give me like the confirmation that I was looking for. I'd receive signs, but then I'd immediately second guess them. And I learned that the universe needed me to know and be confident in myself and in the fact that I was supported enough to be able to achieve the things that I desired. If the universe just told you, if you take this step, everything's going to fall into place and it's going to be perfect, and here's exactly what it's going to look like, and it's going to happen on this day, you wouldn't work through anything. You wouldn't face fear. You wouldn't face insecurity. You wouldn't face self-doubt. You wouldn't build faith. You wouldn't evolve. You wouldn't grow. There would be no point, right? Because remember, the journey is the point, not the destination. So when we're asking for that confirmation, it's less about confirmation that, like, we need to stop looking for this idea that we're going to know exactly how things are going to turn out, because you're never going to know. Uncertainty, if there's anything that's certain about the journey, it's that uncertainty will always exist. But what you do need to know is that if you are willing to never stop going after the things that you desire, if you are willing to never stop believing that you are capable, worthy, deserving, and supported, you are guaranteed to create a life that reflects that. As above, so below, as within, so without. If you show up and if you embody the life that you wish to create, you will create it. Like 100% hands down. So this, where you're headed, should you go after these things, is the universe is saying, you won't be disappointed. It's going to be in alignment with with what you deserve. You have the Empress of the Lovers here. And you will feel like you belong, because wherever you end up is going to be exactly where you're supposed to be. But you need to know that there's never going to be certainty. There's never going to be the right time. There's never going to be a lack of fear. Your fear and your doubt never goes away. Take it from someone who deals with it every day. Your fear and your doubt never goes away. Your confidence and your faith gets stronger. But your confidence and your faith doesn't get stronger while you wait. It gets stronger while you do it. As you take the steps, as you face the fear, as you face the uncertainty and the doubt. That's where you create the life of your dreams, is doing it, doing the damn thing, essentially. So, a lot of times we wait for the whole staircase, right? But you just need to take the first step. And that's what this is about. Figuring out how you can incorporate daily steps into your life to show up for what it is that you desire, what it is that you deserve, in some way every single day. There's this idea that manifestation, it just happens overnight. You cross your fingers and you make a vision board and you ask the universe really, really, really hard and then these things appear. But that's not true. What you're asking for when you're trying to create the life of your dreams is the confidence and the courage to go after them. And sometimes we miss that. You're not waiting for things to happen. Well, if you might be, but if you're waiting for things to happen, things are never going to happen. Because what you're not changing, you're choosing. But when you start to take the steps and you lean on that faith and you lean on that belief in yourself, you are in that moment actively creating it. So you have the power. You have the tools. You have everything that you need. You literally just need to find a way. And there is a way. That's the biggest thing. There is a way. You just need to find it. I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into these messages, looking at the deeper, looking at what you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So focusing on that tangible advice. And then I've got an advice card to pull for you guys at the very end. Thank you so much, Libra, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. Bye, Libra.